Hello everyone. Today I'm going to pressure can milk again, and the product I hope to end up with, or the product I will end up with, is an evaporated milk or something very similar to evaporated milk. Now in the past I have pressure canned milk and processed it for 10 minutes. I've also processed it for 13 minutes. But today I'm going to be processing it for 15 minutes. Now why would I do that? The reason I'm doing that is I want a rich flavor. So this will be the first time I will be processing milk for 15 minutes. Now, if you're wondering why I can milk in the first place, I do it, like I said, to get an evaporated product. I don't really can milk for drinking it straight. Typically, I put the home canned milk in my coffee in the morning. Sometimes I put it on porridge. So if you look on any tin of evaporated milk, look at the ingredients. There's a number of things added to the milk, and at the end of the day, it's a lot cheaper as well. So let's see what we need to do this. So this is what I'm going to be using today to pressure can my milk. Let's start with the milk. I have 3.25% fat milk, and each bag contains 3 bags. In all, each bag is 4 liters. Okay, I have a mixture of jars. I've got some Golden Harvest. I've got Ball. Perhaps in my dishwasher there's a Bernardin, I'm not sure. Anyway, I've got my lids and ring bands soaking in previously boiled water, but I usually keep them in a saucepan on my stovetop without the element on. But because I'm using 2 canners today, there's no room on my small stovetop. Well, I guess it's not small, but comparing to some other people's stovetops, it is small. The brand of lid I'm using is the Bernardin brand. I purchased these at Dollarama for $2 a box. I have my jar lifter, my debubbler, my magnetic wand. I have some pot holders. I have paper towel, and I have water for wiping the rims. Now, I usually use vinegar when I wipe rims, but today I'm going to use water. I just want to avoid accidentally getting any vinegar into a jar of milk. So I have both of my canning pots. On the left is my 16 quart, and on the right is my 23 quart. There is water in each pot. I've added my vinegar, and for each of my lids, I have done my safety checks. So let's get started filling up our mason jars with milk. So I'm going to start by opening up my bag of milk. Now, this is just a Tupperware, but my other milk pitcher is in use with milk we are using in our household, so this will have to do for now. I should have thought about that before I made a video, but anyway, it'll have to do. So this is very simple, and I did forget to mention I have my canning funnel here. I did not include that in the beginning of the video. Another thing I would like to include is that canning milk is not an approved method. So if you're going to can milk, you do need to do your research. Many people can milk, and there are different methods. Some people bring their canning pot up to 10 pounds pressure and then turn it off. I believe in processing the milk. It's worked for me in the past, and I'm sure it will work for me in the future. So again, please do your research if you're going to can something that is not approved. So let's pour our milk very carefully into our jar. There. We'll debubble. Let's wipe our rim. and place a lid on the jar. I'm now going to place this into my pressure canner. I'm starting out by filling up my 23 quart. So I'll fill more jars in front of you. I underestimated the amount of 3.25% fat milk I needed to fill 2 canners. So, to fill my 16 quart Presto pressure canner, I'm going to use 2% milk. Okay, so both pots are filled with the canning jars, and I'm now going to put the lids on and turn on the element. Now, the milk was cold, so the water in the pot starts out as cold. The water, the milk, and the jars, everything will heat up together. Okay, so both pots are turned on. I have the pressure gauge facing towards my dining room table where I can see it. Anyway, I will bring you back when either pot is venting a steady stream. I'm still waiting here for a steady stream. So the 16 quart is now venting a steady stream. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Now, when I use 2 canning pots, I use my iPad for the 16 quart, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I have the time set, I just have to press start. Wow, that took a long time. Anyway, so the 23 quart is now venting a steady stream. I'm going to set the timer on my stovetop for 10 minutes so it can vent. Okay, so the time is up for the venting on the 16 quart. I'm going to put my pressure regulator on the vent pipe, and I'll bring you back when the 16 quart reaches 11 pounds pressure. So the 10 minutes of venting are up for the 23 quart. I'm now going to put the pressure regulator on the vent pipe. And I'll bring you back when the pressure gauge reaches 11 pounds pressure. Okay, if you're a canner, this is pretty interesting. The 23 quart is about a minute ahead of the 16 quart. Okay, so my timer has been set for 15 minutes. And I'd like to remind you once again, the reason I'm doing 15 minutes is because I want a rich, flavored product. I want evaporated milk to use in my coffee. I am going to move my 16 quart off of the hot element. There. Okay, so I had a set of strong arms move the 23 quart off the hot element. And of course, the pot will come down from pressure quicker. It looks like the 16 quart is winning the race for coming down from pressure. Almost there for the 16 quart. So I'm going to open up the 16 quart. It's come down from pressure. First, I'll take off the pressure regulator. I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes. I'm just going to let the lid rest on top for a little while. A few minutes. Okay, so let's take the lid off the 16 quart. And in the 16 quart is 2% milk. Now, one of the jars in the 16 quart is a mixture of 2% and 3.25% milk. Oh well, I'll never know which one. No biggie. Let's get the lid off. Holding it away from myself. I'm just going to place it down. Let's get the jar lifter. This one is already sealed. I'm going to put it on the counter. I'm going to take the lid off of the 23 quart. Holding it away from myself. Kind of awkward because I've got a cupboard in the way. Here's another view. So the jars in the 23 quart are 3.25% fat. Let's take some out. Okay everyone, so all of the jars are out of the canning pot and they are sealing. Again, I processed these for 15 minutes and I did it for a specific reason. I want this milk in these jars to put in my coffee every morning. It was rich tasting at 13 minutes of processing. I'm sure it will be even richer at 15 minutes of processing. I will do a video where I taste this milk, so please stay tuned for that. So what I'm going to do is add a 2 on my 2% jars. So if you want milk in your pantry for drinking, there are other methods. One of the methods, like I said earlier in the video, is to bring your pot up to 10 pounds pressure and then turn it off. Many people have used this method. Again, it's not approved, but many people have used it. I, however, want an evaporated milk product that I can use for a specific reason. I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, if you want a canned milk, please do your research because it is not an approved method. However, this unapproved method works for me. I have to add that every single jar has sealed.